Hey, it's Kate, yoga healer. So 3 week, not on the property, out on the creek. Creek is rising. Wacky dog the river is rising. Cha cha. So I'm in week 3 of Shivambu. And yesterday, I led a master review workshop the last 2 days. It was a very intense week for me this past week. I did a lot of work, but that's not unusual. It was emotionally really intense. But like not in a bad way, but just in a like what the hell am I doing sort of way. And like why aren't things moving on target and sync and faster? I'm not sure if you've ever had that experience. and I think as I look back, because I had this bit of a healing crisis yesterday where I woke up and I drank maybe 2 cups of urine. It wasn't that strong because I also peed in the middle of the night and I didn't drink that. I taught 6 hours Master U workshop. You guys rocked. You guys rocked it. We rocked it. That was a very powerful 2 days. Thank you very much. And then after I was like, wow, I'm really nauseous. And I had, what did I have yesterday? I had some green juice. I had like a 1-shot cappuccino. That's probably it. Yeah, maybe a little coconut water and some tea, some like ginger tea or something. And I think we started the workshop at 5:30 in the morning, and by like, I don't know, it was maybe 1:30 when we ended, and I was just like, whoa, I'm gurgly, and I'd had a lot of bowel movements, and I was like, oh, this is what urine detox feels like. And again, this is the first time oh, this is a cool spot. That rock creates a little hole, which creates a little pool. Really good in like 2 months. Different water levels, different pools open up. Good cold plunging. How cold's that water? Maybe, I don't know, it's snow melt, so, 30s. I jumped in my cold plunge this morning. It was maybe 32 out, it was snowing, but it wasn't frozen or anything, so yesterday was wicked warm. So I noticed like the further bowel movements were definitely, there's this thing that you can notice where it pulls, it looks different in the potty, it looks ropey. Like there's these curves, like what a rope, if you have like a big rope, think of a sailor's rope, where you have these layers that are twisted around each other. And when I see that and feel that, and it's a feeling, and then I notice what it looks like, that's kind of how I roll. I was like, oh, that's pulling crap out of the walls of my intestines. There's, and then my stomach's doing this, not really gurgly, but just like pretty hardened, which is vata in Ayurveda, which to me means that there's probably a lot happening in Samana Vayu, which is that it's a back and forth, Vayu is movement, and Samana is this back and forth action, which really wraps up with that ropiness, like, oh, okay, we're stirring some pots there. And I felt like doing nothing, which that almost never happens to me, where I'm like, I want to do nothing. And there's nothing that interests me. Just nothing. So that's what I did for the rest of the day. Once I came home, what'd you do? I'm like, I did nothing. To recall all of it would just add up to nothing. And then I was curious what I'd feel like when I woke up this morning, and the nausea is still there. My stomach's still pretty tight. Not any real interest in food. Not much interest in urine. Like, did all the sense care. Not my skin though, actually. I did eyes, ears, neti, mouthwash. Drank maybe a cup this morning and was just like, nope, no more is needed right now. Got that message. Did hot tub cold plunge and did not do urine massage. Like, could have, but was like, my body seems to have enough of I'm gonna call it the medicine at this point. It seems to have enough of the medicine to do whatever the hell it's trying to do, which is definitely detox. Wocky's dog. These are our piles of hawthorn. You can't see the mountains up there. They're the Grand Tetons right right over there, but there's clouds today because, you know, it's a snowy day here in Alta, Wyoming in early, mid-May, somewhere in there. All right, so that's my week 3 plus 2 days now. What else have I noticed? I want to think that my hair is less gray already. That could be wishful thinking, but it definitely seems darker. My pubic hair also seems darker. I know that's TMI, but I'm just, this is a report, so what the hell do you want? You want to see the rest of the property, don't you? I know, it's so amazing. So this, with that second book I wrote, Master of You, it's a Dharma book, but it's also it's like live a fucking purposeful life. That's Dharma, okay? But then the other part of it is like enjoy it. Like it should be amazing. It should be magical. And I've tried to, I download these things. They just come through me and they're synergistic of a lot of the learning, the active learning I've always done my entire life. And I synergize it into that which has been most useful. And this property, like when this came, like this was so not on the radar a year ago. It's not even our year anniversary. Me and this land that's a half a mile from my house. It was so weird how it all happened and what's happening next. So this land came, for me to be the yoga healer, which is so weird too, because it's like 20 years in, right? It's a long time. People are like, I found you again. I'm like, yeah, because I keep standing in the same place. yogahealer.com. So we're doing the YouTube channel now. I've been working on our YouTube channel, and so is the team. Go KC and Steph. Appreciate you guys, and Catherine, shout out. So we uploaded like 400 more videos into YouTube last week. We still have to like put all the descriptions and all the links. I gotta make sure get everyone making sure all the little details work. And this land is that. It's like I've been having the conversation for a long time, and I want to have it from the land. And I'd say what Shivambu, so Shiva Ambu, right? Shiva, masculine principle of it's divine order. I mean, as far as I can tell, it's divine order. And then Parvati comes to him and she's like, dude, what's your secret? Why you look so good? No, seriously, the Dhamma Tantra 5,000 years ago, read it, and it's like, that's what she was asking him. And what does he say? He's like, I do everything with my pee. I drink my pee. Like, what would you say to that? You're asking your friend her beauty secrets, like, why is your skin all of a sudden like luscious and vibrant, and your hair seems to be naturally de-aging? What the fuck is going on? Well, I drink my pee. So that's the Dhamma Tantra. So 5,000 years is a long time, I mean, people drop these numbers, but like, let's think about it. Christ is 2,000 years ago. Same thing, right, with like Buddha, Muhammad, in that era, right? Couple hundred, give me or take me a couple hundred years either side. And now go back another 3,000 years. Like, not short. And it's not like people were new to fucking plants, so don't make that up, right? People 5,000 years ago knew a lot more about plants than you do. You can be damn sure about that. Everyone alive. You wouldn't have made it. So they knew about plants. They knew about plant medicine. They knew about all the magic medicines. They were compounding. They were fermenting. They were extracting. They were decocting. That much is evident. Way further back than that. Way further back. So, that was the secret? Really, Shiva? You drink your piss? So then, the other stuff about the eyes, the ears, the nose, the mouth, the skin, the packs, the wound healing, the bite and sting, poison recovery, the gangrene recovery, the bacterial infection like tuberculosis recovery. I mean, it does beg the question, and then you start doing it. And I've had a few people in the community be like one gal in Living Ayurveda course with me, she's very sensitive. She says she's kapha vata. What did she tell me? Kapha pitta or kapha vata. I'm looking at her and I'm like, I have no idea what your constitution is, but I'm not seeing kapha anywhere. You know, which is why like I like being with people for a while, because they say in Ayurveda, like any good Ayurvedic doctors, basically it takes like a good year of working with someone to uncover what the constitution is, because there's just so many doshas running around. Plus, I mean, in modern day, it's even worse, because you pile on at least 20 pounds of ama in like any given human being, if not 80, right? So it's like, what's under all that? Who's under all that? Often the person doesn't even know. Oh, there's the deer. Here goes the dog chasing the deer. Look it go! Heel! Look it go! It's my dog not listening. It's kind of her sport. The deer are not native, so I'm not sure how I feel about the sport. She's not native, and neither are those mule-tail deer. Anyway, this is the upper 5. So, yeah, we're not allowed to build in their view corridor. They got rights on that. Can you see the big holes in the background? Can you guys see those mountains in the background? This is the big holes. So the valleys maybe, I don't know, it's maybe like 10 miles across. There's snow up there and Garns and big holes. And I've been riding over there and there's some like good foothills in front of it, but the trails are still pretty snowy. Tried to ride up Greenville this morning into Teton Canyon, but too much snow. I have a new bike, but it's a little heavy. There's not many, it's a freaking bike shortage in COVID. Like, what the heck? That's weird. Doesn't everyone already have a bike? Aren't people riding bikes? More people are riding bikes. Boy, Shivambu wouldn't be such a stretch. I feel like the reason urine therapy is such a stretch for most people is because it's like they're so freaking disconnected. Like, I was thinking about this. So I think I had that eating disorder, the exercise one, where you eat too much and then you try to exercise it off. You know that one? I feel like a lot of people play that game. I think I played that game starting at maybe age 10 or 11, because there's so much ama in my body. I was just trying to burn it out, but I was also whatever, just in standard American diet. Bless my parents, amazing human beings. But we were on the standard American diet, and I was not thriving in that. So it's like the level of disconnect of a person is going to be a massive, I think, like, prove me wrong, people. It's going to be a massive barrier to Shivambu, to using your own medicine, which is so sad. Because that means like the people that need it the most are going to be the least receptive to the message, even if they were to hear it. Even if it was like right there in front of them, like, here's your medicine on a golden platter and it's free, and they won't use it. And they won't use it. And if they did use it, it's going to detox the fuck out of them. I mean, really, if it is with me, right? And I know you can slow it down. Like, I'm an intense person. I'm not as intense as someone like, I see people like the Certified Health Nut. I'm like, wow, I wish I had a dose of his intensity. That guy's amazing. Yeah, he's a urine drinker too. Aged urine, all that. You can watch his videos. He's done urine fasting. So like, if you wanted to go extreme, that's what you would do, and that would and as I experienced yesterday, I'm like, oh, that's the reason it's fire water. This is fascinating. When does your urine become fire water? And as far as I can tell, it's when your diet is acidic, and this is the magic of it, as far as I can tell so far. Oh, this is really pretty. You should see that. Yeah, so this is Greenville. I think Greenville is maybe settled. I don't know. I need to talk to the Greens and get the history. Like 100 years ago. Family, Mormon family. You got the Greens, you got the Wilsons, you got the Christensens. Up here in Alta, Wyoming. And you got gringos like me busting on in. Yeah, we'll try to do a good job taking care of the land. That's our goal. So the fire water, the diet's acidic, not alkaline. If you don't know what that is, Google it. You want a more alkaline diet if you want to, not opt into disease, essentially. So all disease, right, goes, well, not all disease goes acidic, but like maybe 99.9%. So anyways, the diet's acidic. The standard whatever diet right now is acidic, meaning like the stuff you go into the grocery store, the stuff the shelves are filled with, that creates a acidicness in your pH level. So then that's coming out of your pee, right? So then your pee is more acidic, and then you drink your pee, and you're like, how is this good? Right? How does that work? Why would that be the medicine? And so what it seems to do is just like ignite Agni, the cellular fire, right? It's acid. But it's tempered. It's acid that's tempered to you. And that's where you can, and this is my discovery in week 3, is that's where you can really just temper your dosage. You'll just temper, because that disgust came back today. I haven't had disgust with it since like the first day, maybe, or maybe first day or 2 was a little like, yeah, it's kind of gross, and then that more or less went away by day, I don't know, by day 4, I'd say that was gone for me. I'm pretty high in openness, and I'll eat plants. Like I'll just grab a leaf. Here's another baby leaf, and just eat it. I'm not really sure what this plant is. I should probably check it out. Who are you? Where do you attach to? Probably serviceberry. Bitter. Oh man. Bitter, pungent. You can see my tongue's pretty white. It tells you the ama's coming out. So the fire water's burning the ama. What's ama? It's that which isn't supposed to be in your body, and it's has the qualities of mucus. It's that which the body hasn't digested. People think urine's toxic. No, ama's toxic. And when you start drinking urine, that fire, it's going to be fire water because your diet's acidic. You're acidic. And so what it's going to do is burn the heck out of that cold, sticky gunk that's blocking your intelligence. So I'm getting on an airplane today, going to Tucson, Arizona. My Aunt Susan died of cancer. There's a very good interview right now. Came out last week with Dr. Mark Hyman and Lewis Howes on Lewis Howes' show. And, basically Hyman saying like cancer is a dietary issue. And I could see that. And there's this part of me, like my inner witch awakening. Like my Aunt Susan did Panchakarma with me. I'm so proud of her. Probably 20 years ago, when I was in Ayurveda, I think I was in Ayurveda college, maybe just graduated. I had definitely done Panchakarma training. Now we're in the bus. We is in the bus. I love my bus. It's a little bright. You guys can't really see with all this light. Here, I'll go through the bathroom, get some darkness. It's all windows, so it's my 1957 GM motor coach. There's my desk. I'm not sure about the chaise lounge, if that'll stay. So I went to see Aunt Susan a month ago, and she went through the whole, stage 4 Western allopathic cancer. I'm not even going to call it treatment. I'm just going to call it torture, because that's what it seemed like to me, like just a year of torture. So last month I was sitting with her, and she was asking me about the land, about here, and I was telling her, I'm like, oh, it's covered with serviceberries that are these. She's like, I know what they are. It's like, how do you know what serviceberries are? She's like, you took me You took me for a walk in the woods, and there were serviceberry trees, and we picked them, and we filled a whole bag with them, and then you made the jam, and you sent it to me, and it was delicious, and it was like this. This is on my Jewish side. That's this lineage through my dad's side, and to me, the Jewish lineage side has been very disconnected from the earth, really disconnected from some of the earth wisdom traditions, which Ayurveda definitely has. It's not just an earth wisdom tradition, but it has that paganism. What are the other? Native American medicine's obviously a good earth wisdom tradition, probably one of the best. Shamanism, etc. So pretty disconnected from that world and not receptive, I would say. So for her to tell me that was like, oh, like it landed. Like, cool. we went for a walk in the woods and ate berries from trees. And that, like, she hadn't done that really. Like, not like that. Not like a blueberry or like a huckleberry or something that's more, you know, everyone knows the name of. But like, oh no, we just went and we just eating plants out in the woods. So I just feel so good about that. I really do. I really do. I want, you know, I have the same gene, Lynch syndrome. My dad has it, my aunt has it, my cousin Julie has it. I think we're the only ones. We don't know if Indy has it yet. She might. It's like urine therapy, Lynch syndrome. Like, I'm so, you know, what urine therapy week 3 is doing is I'm just not, I don't want, my body does not want certain things. Like, it only wants medicine. Like, not just urine, but like medicine as food. It doesn't really want, it's killing addiction. And I've read that in books, but I didn't expect it to happen to me because I'm like, I read that before. But usually, like, my little crutches sneak back in, right? And they're not big crutches at all. They're just little crutches. But, you know, just to feel this level of it, it's like, oh, hot damn. Shivambu, week 3.